Good afternoon, class. Today in my PowerPoint presentation, I'm going to be going over Porter's diamond model, and I will be going over how his model relates to the industry and the country that I've chosen. Before we begin, there are four major categories of the model itself. One category is firm, strategy, structure, and rivalry. The second is demand conditions. The third is related and supporting industries. And then the fourth is factor conditions, sometimes also called factor endowments. So to start, the industry and the country that I've chosen, I chose the auto manufacturing industry, which is a very huge industry in the world today. And the country that I chose is Japan. Some quick facts about Japan. Japan's population is about 120 million citizens. Um, Japan owns some of the world's biggest car brands, and some of these brands include, as I've stated here, Toyota, Lexus, Suzuki, and more. And some of those other brands are, Nissan, Mitsubishi, and other brands like that. Japan is also known for creating a very complex and vast railway system. They are known for creating the bullet train, which has helped transportation be faster and more efficient over there. And yeah, so factor endowments. Japan has many different homegrown resources, and by that I mean natural resources. Some of these resources are coal, iron, zinc, ore, lead, copper, sulfur, silver, and gold. And these are the most abundant resources in Japan, but they are limited, however, overall. The country itself also produces natural gas. The company produces electricity through thermal plants to help reduce their dependency on oil and other resources from foreign countries. Um, Japan is one of the world's biggest leaders when it comes to infrastructure, from building complex railway systems to top of the line cars and vehicles, through the various brands that I've stated before. Um, they've been able to, like I said earlier, successfully create, the bullet train, high efficiency and high productive vehicles from Toyota, Nissan, Lexus, Suzuki, and other brands like that. They have also been able to keep their environment clean. They take keeping their environment over in Japan, their streets and their businesses, their manufacturing processes and plants and stuff like that. They keep those clean to help keep the environment over there clean. Japan has a labor force participation rate of 69.3 million people as of 2022, compared to major countries of the world like the United States, who have 166.69 million people in the labor force, and China, who have 768.8 million uh, people in the labor force. While Japan has a smaller number of labor force participation, that's because the country itself is not as big as the United States and China. But even though they're small, they still make up for it in their technological advances, in technology and in manufacturing, and the systems that they use through those processes. Per U.S. News, Japan has the number three most skilled labor force in the world. This ranks higher than the United States and China. The country itself has a GDP of $4.23 trillion dollars. This is less than the United States and China, but I thought it was very interesting that they are the number three most skilled labor force in the world. And this is part of the factor endowments. So related and supporting industries, Japan is known, for their pioneering technology in the railway industry and also, in the car industry. One of the main supporting industries that helps Japan be top of the line and be where it is today is the car manufacturing system, and more specifically within that, the brand Toyota, the cars, the trucks, the SUVs, the vehicles that they build. Um, has grown a big following from customers around the world. Um, they've been able to produce Toyotas efficiently, effectively through a an efficient manufacturing process that they came up with was called that is called lean manufacturing. This has been a big manufacturing process that they've implemented in creating, cars like Toyota and stuff like that. Another supporting industry that helps Japan is agriculture. There's a lot of agriculture that goes on in Japan, and it accounts for the highest level of crop per unit area of the world. Some of the products that you may not know, but they come from Japan and are exported to different countries around the world, even here, are rice, chicken, eggs, and sugar beet. All these products are Japanese products and are streamed worldwide, and many of us use them in without even knowing it. Demand conditions. As I stated earlier, Japan is known for its advanced technology in railway systems and, most importantly, in car manufacturing. Um, and I say this because the main brand that everyone knows worldwide that is created by the Japanese is Toyota and other brands like Honda and Nissan. Um, you know, the Japanese have a lot of experience in creating, custom um, products, that appeal to the customers and everyone enjoys because the Japanese, they have created high levels of technology in order to be able to create Toyota vehicles, cars, trucks, SUVs, and to be able to create all the other car brands and products that come along with that. Um, with the railway system. In Japan, there's a lot of travel, from going to work to going to school to going home. And, since Japan is, highly advanced in its technologies, and they created such a vast and uh, excuse me, railway system, the customers have demanded that. They wanted a better railway system. They wanted better vehicles, excuse me. And you know, Japan has been able to deliver on that. And the demand that was created at home in their own country has spilled over into the world. A lot of people drive Toyotas, they drive Nissans, they drive Hondas, and they like those vehicles because um, they're cheaper in a sense of that they're more affordable than a brand like Mercedes Benz or BMW or other luxurious brands like that. And they're durable. Japanese products in the car manufacturing industry like Toyotas and Hondas and Nissans, they're durable cars. Um, they're durable. They're produced efficiently and effectively, and many people like them. Because of this reason, there's just such a big demand for it. A lot of people in America, including myself and my family, we love to drive Toyotas. We drove Toyotas for, well, I've drove a Toyota for a couple of years now, and my family they have drove Toyotas for years, and we really enjoy the product. Um, and in terms of manufacturing, um, the Japanese don't have much experience in producing, you know, less, non-custom mass uh, produced units, that are cheap and stuff like that because they produce high quality products using, their well-known lean manufacturing system that helps them to do so. Strategy, structure, and rivalry. Like I've stated earlier, Japan has a huge role in the car manufacturing industry. Some of the brands that are Japanese owned are Toyota, Lexus, Acura, Mitsubishi, Honda, Infiniti, Suzuki, Mazda, Nissan, and Subaru, and more. All these brands are major competitors in the car manufacturing industry. Driving down the street, more than likely you're going to see one of these brands or all of these brands. Um, the Japanese have highly advanced technology and have been able to produce these high quality products through their manufacturing system and their processes and the technologies that they have developed. And because these brands are so well known and they're so well received, it has created a huge demand domestically in Japan and internationally, in the United States and in other countries like that. Um, in manufacturing these products, the Japanese have created a manufacturing process, also known by many as lean manufacturing. This is a very effective, excuse me, and efficient manufacturing system. Um, this system includes having low inventories to reduce waste, which is excess products or units that are not going to be used, because that limits the waste that you have, and that limits the money that you could lose by having too much waste. This process helps the Japanese to carefully plan each step of the production process and the processes that they have to go through. And it uses a pull system, which means pretty much whatever is in customer, whatever the customer demands, it's going to be put in production, it's going to be manufactured, and whatever is not would be considered waste, and they're going to move it out to help maximize, efficiency and products. And then lastly, continuous improvement. Continuous improvement means, the Japanese are, and as well as other countries and other brands, they're continuously improving their product, improving their technology, improving their processes to be able to better meet customer demands, and to be able to provide and produce better products for customers, because whatever the customer demands is what they get, because if not, a business, a brand, it could fall, and become non-existent because customer demand was not met. um, and through continuous improvement, that's how the Japanese have been able to get where they are today. Not only in the car manufacturing industry, but also in the railway system, industry, and creating complex railway systems, in Japan, and pioneering the technology through that to be able to create the bullet train. And you know, because of this, they have, because of their dominance in both of these industries, especially in the car manufacturing industry, it has been, they have created rivalries between brands like Ford, Dodge, GMC, and Chevy. But they've been able to hold and consistently keep their competitive advantage. So the summary. So, like I said earlier, Japan is a highly competitive country in the auto manufacturing industry. The auto manufacturing industry, in this sense, that I'm talking about, includes, like I've said, the car manufacturing and the railway system manufacturing. Japan has advanced technologies in both, and they have created, a big presence in the market of the auto manufacturing industry. Um, when it comes to car manufacturing, they are have revolutionized the process of manufacturing cars and putting the best cars on the market. There's some brands that they go through the process and stuff like that, and when they get to the market, at first they may be received well, and then after that, after a while, people start to realize the problems with the manufacturing and the cars itself, and they go off the market. Well, the Japanese have created Toyota, and Toyota, that hasn't been a problem. Toyotas have been created for years. Cars, SUVs, trucks, they have been created for years, and they've been durable, and they have been one of the top um, car brands in the world. Um, and in terms of the railway systems that Japan has, engineered, um, they created the bullet train. That is a major, like I said earlier, that's a major technological advancement, in railway systems, because, in countries like Japan, there's a lot of people who are traveling by train every day, to get to work, to get to school, what have you. And being able to create more complex systems for the railways, will help, make transportation smoother, to help it go faster and help it be better. And Japan has really thrived in the auto manufacturing industry. Um, and I found personally that, studying Japan and, seeing how competitive they are in the auto manufacturing industry is really interesting to me, because I've never thought of it that way before. And, seeing how much of an influence they have in the auto manufacturing market. I found that they have a very big influence and they are very competitive in the auto manufacturing industry as opposed to countries like the United States and China, and they have sustained a competitive advantage because of how well they produce their products. So here are the sources that I've used. I use different sources to collect data, information, and other important data that I used to help me to be able to dissect Porter's diamond model whenever looking at the auto manufacturing industry and Japan. Thank you.